Well, the time is just gone 9:25 a.m. and you heard the last advert, that popular voice of Maulana Musa Lehe. And for years, we've heard this wonderful voice talking about the place of gathering, the Kwantu Private Game Reserve, Experience Africa, Experience Life, Experience Kwantu. And that is what we are talking about this morning, where we must say congratulations and Alhamdulillah, it is only through the mercy and the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Kwantu Private Game Reserve receiving the highest 7 crescent rating in South Africa. And this is what we are talking about, and this is who we are talking about. None other than the CEO of Kwantu Private Game Reserve, Dr. Shakir Jeeva. Dr. Shakir, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jummah Mubarak to you and welcome.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Uncle Inayat. Thank you so much to yourself, to the listeners for having us on. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much as well for that illustrious introduction. We appreciate it.
Yes, Alhamdulillah, we've heard that wonderful voice of Maulana Musa Lehe, and that has stayed, and that is actually synonymous with Kwantu Private Game Reserve, Alhamdulillah, over the years. But we must say upfront to you and to your entire team at Kwantu Private Game Reserve, Mubarak. Congratulations on this achievement, the highest 7 crescent rating in South Africa.
Alhamdulillah, no jazakallah. Thank you so much for that, Uncle. And from our side, as you mentioned, alhamdulillah, it's a team effort. But I think also, that apart from Kwantu receiving it, I think we're very fortunate that to receive this on behalf of the Muslim community of South Africa, because I think it's a testament to the fact that alhamdulillah that people need facilities to go to that are fully halal, where people can obviously enjoy those kind of facilities as well.
Yes, and all we've seen over the years is improvement after improvement, and this is the result why this great accolade and the 7 crescent rating has been awarded to the Kwantu Private Game Reserve. But it all stemmed from a vision. And that vision that your father had, that vision that you had, you have right now, and living this vision in taking the Kwantu Private Game Reserve forward, and obviously upping it up to the next level and the next and the next. So that vision has materialized, alhamdulillah, and I'm sure it's a wonderful moment for both you, your father, and everybody else that has been involved.
Alhamdulillah, you're correct, Uncle. It's we're so fortunate as well. We're so blessed, and initially when we started Kwantu, the idea was where we said, there's alhamdulillah, there's so many Muslims in the world, so many Muslims in South Africa. Why should we settle for toasted cheese and tomato sandwiches, or tomato sauce and some chips as well at a restaurant or a facility? And alhamdulillah, my dad had this vision of saying, we should not be apologetic to be Muslims. We should not be apologetic. To have things which are halal. And alhamdulillah, that's where the idea of Kwantu was actually born quite a number of years ago. And from inception, alhamdulillah, it was always our vision to ensure that, we're a facility that caters for everyone, but also that has, fully halal food, halal ownership, halal management, salah facilities as well. Even the activities, we ensure that the activities are done around salah times as well. So alhamdulillah, we're very, very fortunate. Alhamdulillah, we're very proud as well of that. But I think, as I said, I think it's a testament to, the growing Muslim population, the growing affluence of Muslims, not only in South Africa, but worldwide as well. And alhamdulillah, I think this process of crescent rating, we started it, in fact, during lockdown, during the hard lockdown. So a little bit of a challenge to kind of do the audit as crescent rating normally does, alhamdulillah, but it's taken us a little bit longer than we intended to. But alhamdulillah, we've done it and we're through, and alhamdulillah, we're very fortunate to have received the highest rating in South Africa. I think the only and the highest one in South Africa, alhamdulillah.
Yes, and it all stems from the intention. And, once you have noble, sincere intentions, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually makes it easy. And it is only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who grants honor and respect. And alhamdulillah, this honor has been afforded to you as the CEO of the Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Just take us through the 7 crescent rating. How intense is it? What is
Sure.
actually involved in achieving this rating?
Sure. So there's an organization called Crescent Rating, and they're actually a global organization which actually certifies and audits various places, but most prominently places which are tourism related. So Crescent Rating, they've got a rating from 1 to, which is the, let's call it, I don't know if there's such a thing as least halal, but maybe with limited halal facilities, and obviously to the maximum rating, which is number 7, which is the highest rating. So, for example, what happens is they come and they do an holistic audit. So, what is an holistic audit? Normally, we would know when we go to a restaurant, for example, they will be certified by an organization, where that organization just, for example, looks at the source of their food, their meat, for example, and then certifies that kitchen or that restaurant as halal. So a very similar process. However, they don't only look at the food. So, for example, they would look at the food to see, for example, are the Muslim chefs, where's the food sourced from, what are the ingredients, what is the oversight as well. But apart from that, as I mentioned, it's an holistic approach. So they also look at the comfort of the guest when arriving, for example, at a destination. So, for example, like at Kwantu, they would look at the salah facilities, and not only just the salah facilities. They will say, okay, is there separate salah facilities for male, separate salah facilities for female? Is there, Jummah facilities available? And for example, especially for females, do we have facilities for female travelers as well that will come in terms of female game rangers or female facilities, for example? So it is quite intense, that the process that one actually needs to go through. But Alhamdulillah, for Kwantu, we're fortunate that being Muslim, fully Muslim owned, Muslim managed, Alhamdulillah, as well as having the vision of accommodating all of these facilities many, many, many years ago, Alhamdulillah. For us, this process was more just to formalize, all of those facilities which were in place from the start at Kwantu, Alhamdulillah. So it is quite an intense process, Alhamdulillah. But we're fortunate as well that, we could go through it. As I said, a little bit of a complication during lockdown, in terms of actually conducting the audit itself. But they normally do an on-site visit, which was done as well, and also a audit which is done from the head office, which I believe is in Malaysia. So Alhamdulillah, we're fortunate to have received that the highest rating. So of course, it gives people peace of mind as well, especially those people traveling from overseas that may not be familiar with maybe the local or South African standards. So this is actually a global rating, Alhamdulillah, which we have received through Crescent Rating, and number 7 is the highest rating that anyone could actually achieve from an holistic perspective.
Yes, and I suppose this means a lot. You speak about a global rating, and in terms of the global presence that Kwantu Private Game Reserve has, Dr. Shakir.
Alhamdulillah, we're fortunate as well that, for us as well from the start, the South African Muslim community has been very supportive of us, has been a very strong market for us, Alhamdulillah. And especially during COVID, we were very, very fortunate as well that we had a lot of support from our local Muslim community as well, of which we're very, very grateful. But that being said as well, Alhamdulillah, we're also fortunate that we've entered into various global Islamic markets as well as non-Islamic markets as well. And Alhamdulillah, I think this will just assist us in affording people an opportunity, because there are many people that actually seek out and look for halal facilities. There are many, many people that are very particular when they travel as well, especially people from overseas. So Alhamdulillah, I think this will just give them that extra peace of mind as well, in terms of going to a place, especially maybe not being familiar with the local community and so on as well. So especially from the Middle East, Alhamdulillah, and there's many Muslims from many parts of the world, and not only the Muslim majority countries as well, that are actually traveling to South Africa, and we see that market is just growing all the time, Alhamdulillah.
Yes, and also in terms just looking at the hospitality industry in general, and looking at Quantum Private Game Reserve, the detail, the level of detail that one actually needs to go through, to make sure that each and every box is actually ticked and ticked to perfection, and all of that actually puts yourself and Quantum Private Game Reserve in good stead, Alhamdulillah, to attract the type of market that you want to attract.
Gee, Alhamdulillah, we're very, very fortunate now. Time has just gone by so quickly, and it's hard to believe, Alhamdulillah, we're doing this for quite a number of years. But Alhamdulillah, As it stands now, Kwantu, of course, being five-star rated, through the Tourism Grading Council of South Africa. And we now have 75-star rooms as well, various facilities, including day visits, overnight accommodation, facilities for children. So we're very fortunate now that Kwantu has evolved into more of a resort as opposed to just, facility, for example. And alhamdulillah, we have quite a number of exciting activities as well planned that we will be rolling out, inshallah, in the near future. And my dad always reminds some of our guests as well that, we are family destinations. If you don't come with your kids, then the experience won't be the same as well. So we're very fortunate that we've got different experiences for different people. And I think that's what makes Kwantu unique, that, that people can come, and for those couples, for example, that are on honeymoon, they can have the bush lodge experience where they're out in the wild. They can see the hippo, for example, in the morning and throughout the day. They have their privacy with a fireplace and a balcony area. But of course, for those that are traveling with kids, and alhamdulillah, I've been blessed now the last few years with some children. I know that when one needs to travel, I think, the travel now revolves around the kids. Can the kids be busy and can they be active? And of course, we have those facilities as well, such as swimming pools, the tennis courts, the cricket field, the jungle gym area, and of course, accommodation, which is conducive for that. So we have accommodation which even has two beds, for example, in a room. Because I know, for example, myself or the kids, I won't be able to have a good night's sleep if they don't jump from one bed to the other bed as well, in the room. So of course, we've got different experiences for different people, and alhamdulillah, we give people an all-inclusive experience, which includes their food, their accommodation, their game drives, their facilities, and from our side, alhamdulillah, we're trying to keep on improving all the time, as we go along. As I mentioned, we have some exciting facilities which will be rolling out, will be launching, inshallah, before the end of this year, before December. So for viewers and listeners, alhamdulillah, I think they can, keep their eyes out for that as well. We'll be making some exciting announcements very, very soon, inshallah.
Well, I'm just looking at those pictures that have been flashing on the screen, and I must say, very, very impressive. And it's all about value add and adding value to a visitor to Kwantu Private Game Reserve, and maximizing that value for money as well at the same time. And I'm sure that is uppermost, that features very, very prominently in your mind as well, Dr. Shakir.
Yes, no, of course. And again, when we started Quanto, as I mentioned from inception, there were quite a number of things that, or philosophies that we said that, we would like to follow. Of course, first and foremost is ensuring that, it's a halal destination. But secondly, as well, that we want to make sure that we offer people different experiences, but also we offer them very, very good value for money as well. And we give them an all-inclusive experience, because I think those that have traveled, they'll be quite familiar that there's nothing worse than going to a place, paying a lot of money to be there. And every time someone opens the door for you, someone smiles at you, you have to put your hand in your pocket and tip them, and so it kind of sours the experience. So from our side, we make sure that we do an all-inclusive package for guests. And I think if one actually breaks that down to say, for example, if one pays X amount for their stay at Kwantu, and you actually break it down, you take out your meals, you take out your high tea, for example, you take out your accommodation, you take out your activities, it's actually very, very worthwhile experience for people to actually come and have this experience where people can be free. They can, they don't have to sacrifice their deen to actually go out. They can make their salah on time in a salah room, for example, obviously enjoy fully halal cuisine, as well as actually go out for the game drives. And Islam actually promotes that, one can actually go and enjoy the beauty of that the Almighty has actually put out there for us. So alhamdulillah, at the same time, it's actually an ibadah to go out and admire nature, admire the animals, and enjoy oneself as well, if one has the right intention. So alhamdulillah, we're very fortunate as well to be able to, we're very fortunate and humble to be able to offer that experience to people coming and supporting us and spending some time with us, alhamdulillah. And as well at Kwantu, we also make sure that we have special rates for South African citizens to actually make it affordable and accessible for people to actually come and enjoy the facilities, alhamdulillah.
Well, wonderful. And, we've seen over a period of time, even some comedians actually, on a lighter note, talking about the animals. And today being the day of Jummah, that even the animals go for Jummah.
Yes, yes, Alhamdulillah. We're very fortunate as well that some of the comedians have done some good marketing for us, Alhamdulillah, as well. So we're very fortunate. So Alhamdulillah, yes, we're very fortunate to have that as well. And we've been fortunate as well for ulama, various celebrities as well that have come and spent some time at Kwantu. As Alhamdulillah, we are a place for everyone to come and enjoy the facilities, come and enjoy nature, enjoy animals as well, and have an experience, because I think, especially in today's time, one doesn't actually need to go overseas to go and have various experiences. In South Africa, we're so fortunate as well to have quite a number of awesome experiences and offerings as well. And especially being at the start or the end of the garden route, people can experience the garden route, Cape Town, Port Elizabeth, Kwantu as well. So our location lends itself very nicely to one actually making a nice road trip as well. Especially with the rise of COVID, I think people got used to traveling as well by road, and it's a nice adventure and a nice experience. Alhamdulillah.
Well, you certainly have whet my appetite, actually, and obviously, I'm looking at Quantu on my schedule as well of travels, inshallah, in the not too distant future, inshallah. Just for people wanting to get in touch with you, you've got your website. I suppose all the information is on there.
Yes, correct. So what we find, most people, I think nowadays, actually prefer to book, make their booking in the comfort of their home as well. So alhamdulillah, people are welcome to go on the website, and we have live availability and live booking, so people can actually do that, while they're sitting in bed, and the wife at home or the kids are saying, we need to go on a holiday. One can actually sit in bed at night and actually check the availability, book online, and actually pay online as well. So most people prefer that. But if people actually want some advice or some guidance in terms of what would be the recommended experience or the best experience for them, they're also welcome to email us, which is reservations with a S at Kwantu, KWANTU.co.za, or they're also welcome to call us as well on 042 So whatever they prefer as well. But as I said, most people we're finding now, with the rise of, again, with COVID, it's changed the way we do things with Zoom, and everything's electronic and digital and instantaneous. So people are also welcome to book online and pay online as well, see our promotional videos, some of our photos as well, and take things forward from there.
Well, Dr. Shakir, once again, I must say on behalf of Salam Media and ourselves as well, congratulations to you and the entire team on this achievement. Really, it is wonderful. It is an accolade of the highest order, alhamdulillah, the seven-star crescent or crescent rating. And Allah grant you barakah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you and everyone else the ability to stay. To enjoy his blessings, and also more importantly the niyyah, as I mentioned, the intention behind Kwantu Private Game Reserve, halal facilities, all of that. And this is what the Muslim Ummah is actually looking for. So Allah grant you even more success and raise you and Kwantu to even greater heights, inshallah.
I mean, Jazakallah, thank you so much. Like I said, we're so honored and so humbled, Alhamdulillah, for this. And as I said, although they've awarded it to us, but I think it's a testament to the Muslim community in South Africa and globally as well, to say that one doesn't need to sacrifice one's principles, one's deen as well, to actually go out and enjoy travel and enjoy hospitality and tourism as well, Alhamdulillah. So we also very blessed and humbled by that, Alhamdulillah.
Thumma Ameen, and have yourself a wonderful Jummah as well ahead, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Dr. Shakir Jeeva, the CEO of the Kwantu Private Game Reserve, with us this morning. And once again, our congratulations, and we share in the success of Kwantu Private Game Reserve in achieving this highest seven crescent rating in South Africa. The time is just gone at 9:45. We still have got the Reverend Frank Chikani coming up, and also Hajj Diaries 2023.